Spoštovani gostje, dragi udeleženci, tako tukaj v Novi Gorici, kot tudi vsi, ki nas spremljate preko spleta. Lepo pozdravljeni in dobrodošli na današnjem dogodku. Posvečamo ga vključitvi Šolskega centra Nova Gorica v mednarodno mrežo UNEVOC, globalno mrežo institucij specializiranih za poklicno in strokovno izobraževanje in usposabljanje, ki deluje pod okriljem UNESCO. Veseli, da ste se nam pridružili ob tej posebni priložnosti, v lepem številu in v tako raznolikih vlogah, kot predstavniki institucij, deležniki v poklicnem in strokovnem izobraževanju in seveda kot naši partnerji in prijatelji. Dobrodošli. Uradni del programa bo potekal v angleščini, zato ker gostimo goste iz Evrope in tudi širše, zato prehajamo na angleško. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, also those joining us online, a very warm welcome to you all. We are honored to host you here in Nova Gorica and grateful to everyone joining us online. Before we continue with the official part of today's program, we invite you to take a moment and feel the spirit of this place through music. It's my great pleasure to begin this event with a performance of the men's choir of Nova Gorica School Center. Their voices carry the heart of our community, full of tradition, pride, and unity. Please enjoy their performance. So thank you for that beautiful performance. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this few minutes of music. Now we continue with the official part of our program. Today marks an important milestone for our institution. Becoming part of the international UNEVOC Network, UNESCO's global platform committed to excellence in vocational education and training. It is more than just a local celebration for us. It's a recognition of shared values, vocational excellence, forward-looking education, and strong international cooperation. Now, I'm pleased to invite to the stage Mr. Miran Saksida, our director, the director of Šolski Center of Nova Gorica, and Ms. Adriana Hodak, head of the Intercompany Training Center.
Dear guests, welcome and thank you for being here today. We are proud to announce that School Center Nova Gorica is now UNESCO UNEVOC Center. This is a big honor for an opportunity for us. It means that now we are part of global network of schools that work together to improve technical and vocational education. We will share knowledge, learn from others, and help our students to gain skills for the future. This success is thanks to Adriana Hodak, head of Intercompany Center, our teachers, students, and partners, Ministry of Education, and of course, UNESCO UNEVOC. We are very grateful for your support. We look forward for new projects, new ideas, and working with people from all around the world. Thank you.
So, dear friends, dear colleagues, co-workers, and honorable guests. Today is a very special, as Tjasa already said, a special and important day for the school center of Nova Gorica. Now I'm repeating, so it seems that we are very much aligned. Our region, I believe, and I believe also for Slovenia. So Šolski Center Nova Gorica has always been very active at the international level, even before Slovenia joined the European Union in 2004. At first, we were climbing hills. Then we moved to the mountains. Eventually, we reached for the sky. We started in Goriška region, expanded across Slovenia, entered Europe, and now we have reached the sky that embraces the whole planet in the field of vocational education and training, symbolized by UNESCO UNEVOC. So how our story began. The roots of Šolski Center Nova Gorica lie in a school originally established by a partner from electrical industry. From the beginning, Šolski Center Nova Gorica has been a driving force in TVET, closely working with local employers and regional stakeholders. Before Slovenia joined the European Union, we were already active in the Alpe-Adria region, cooperating mostly with Italy and Slovenia. And I'm happy that I see some friends also from this part today. At that time, international collaboration meant sport and cultural activities, mutual visits, exchanging good practices, and most of all, friendship. Then a new phase became. So after Slovenia entered the European Union, Šolski Center Nova Gorica joined the consortium of the largest Slovenian school centers. The consortium became one of the key partners of the Ministry of Education in modernizing and innovating vocational education. I'm very happy that I see today also the representatives of the consortium of the biggest Slovenian VET centers. Together, we implemented the largest VET development projects in Slovenia, some with budget ranging from 1 million to 17 million euro. Despite challenges over the years, the consortium survived because of trust and friendship. As we grew stronger, we wanted to share our expertise beyond Slovenia with partners across Europe. In 2016, the consortium joined EU ProVET, the European Association of VET Providers that gives VET institutions a voice in EU policy making. Šolski Center became a board member representing the consortium. This opened new doors and brought us deeper into the education community of European Union. Shortly before COVID, Šolski Center and partners from the consortium joined one of the EU's flagship initiative in VET, which is the Centers of Vocational Excellence and Vocational Excellence. We became one of 5 pioneering institutions, together with our partners, also from the consortium of Slovenia, across Europe. Our journey began with a project called Talent Journey. This initiative brought us innovation, new networks, new resources, and a mission to make VET stronger for everyone. So we became a Center of Vocational Excellence, a founding member of EU Community of COs, and a part of a growing family of passionate people committed to leaving no one behind. Throughout all of this, in COVE, EU ProVET, and the consortium, and beyond, trust, friendship, support, and understanding were always at the center. Doesn't matter how difficult it was or it is. The peak of our vocational excellence story happened this March, when Šolski Center was awarded with the Certificate of Vocational Excellence in Partnership and Collaboration, we were one of the first free VET providers at the international level to get such a prestige award. It means also that we have been finally formally recognized as a Center of Vocational Excellence at an international level and put in the International Register of Centers of Vocational Excellence. It was a talent journey that opened the door to UNESCO UNEVOC. I will never forget when our interim report received 92 points out of 100 points, a score even the European Commission could not believe that this is possible. We were happy. We worked hard during COVID, completely online with partners, our teachers, students, our headmasters, and industry experts. We created high impact, future-focused results, so strong that the European Commission began promoting us and put us on the front stage. I still remember when Natalie asked from UNESCO UNEVOC, she contacted me. She had heard from the European Commission about our achievements and asked if we would be present, if you would present our work at UNESCO UNEVOC Build Conference with Africa, of course, online. That moment marked the beginning of our journey with UNESCO UNEVOC. And from there, we began building new global friendships. To make these connections sustainable and contribute to addressing the global challenges, we set a goal to officially join the UNESCO UNEVOC Network. After a demanding application process, we received the news in December last year, and Šolski Center Nova Gorica had become an official UNEVOC center, a very prestigious role that we were really longing for, and it's really a great honor that we actually deserve it with our hard work. Just last week, we traveled to Mauritius. I believe Sadna is now with us, right, online, to strengthen our collaboration with our good partner, MITD, who shares our values, our ambitions, and our challenges. They are the biggest VET provider in Mauritius. We met with the Minister of Education, discussed future cooperation in digital transformation focused on AI in education, and we hope the Minister will visit Slovenia this autumn to see our work first and build further plans together. We are also launching new collaboration with Cambodia. Celeste is also with us, right, online, specifically with the School for Tourism. I'm not sure I can pronounce it correctly. So why such global ambitions, one would ask, because we have a beautiful area also here. Because we are a VET provider, it is our duty to prepare students and adult learners for the labor market, for the society, and for the environmental challenges of today and tomorrow. We must empower to become active citizens, ready to shape both the present and the future. The challenges we face today are global and local at the same time. If we just think of digitalization or greening, we know we cannot do it by ourselves alone. And there is only one way to address them together globally. Everything I have shared with you now, every activity, project, and success has been co-created with you who are here, and also with some people, not with some people, with many people who could not attend today this event. With friends, with colleagues, co-workers, and partners near and far. Today we celebrate, I believe, not only Šolski Center achievement, but the commitment, efforts, and contribution of every employee at School Center Nova Gorica, all our headmasters, the director, all our partners from local, regional, national, EU, and global level, all that I have mentioned before, and from all my colleagues at the Intercompany Training Center. Today is your celebration as well, and a big thank you to all of you. And we are grateful and happy that you choose to celebrate it with us. And thank you to Mr. Friedrich Hubler and to the head of UNESCO UNEVOC, and to give us actually this opportunity to make it real. So the values that guide us. At the heart of this journey are the values we need most in today's world. We know what is happening. It's about trust, it's about support, it's about understanding, and above all, friendship. UNESCO UNEVOC is a network that protects and promotes these values. Let us never forget that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world for better. And this should be not only the words on the paper. This is very easy to write, but it's a bit difficult to make it, but they are possible. And as the African saying goes, I think that a lot of you, or maybe most of you, know it. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And Šolski Center Nova Gorica chooses to go far, so together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miran. Thank you, Adriana. We continue now with our distinguished guest from UNESCO UNEVOC. Please welcome Mr. Friedrich Hubler, head of the UNESCO UNEVOC International Center for Technical and Vocational Education and Training.
Good morning, staff of Šolski Center Nova Gorica, members of the UNEVOC Network, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for the warm welcome this morning. I also enjoyed the musical performance. I think it was really nice that you were able to add some cultural elements to this event today. It is an honor to be here today to officially mark the inauguration of Šolski Center Nova Gorica as a UNEVOC center, and to formally welcome you into UNESCO's global TVET community. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Ms. Adriana Hodak, the UNEVOC Center Coordinator, and to the entire team at ŠCNG for organizing and hosting today's ceremony. 2025 is a landmark year for Nova Gorica, as it shares the title of the first borderless European capital of culture with its Italian neighbor Gorizia. This speaks to the value of shared commitments across borders and cultures, and resonates deeply with the work of UNESCO UNEVOC and its UNEVOC network. ŠCNG joins a vibrant cohort of 15 new UNEVOC centers from 14 countries that joined the UNEVOC network in 2022. Each institution was chosen not only for its technical strength, but also for its demonstrated commitment to inclusive and quality technical and vocational education and training. You are now part of a global alliance, a shared endeavor to transform skills systems and expand opportunities for all. At UNESCO UNEVOC, we believe that TVET is one of the most powerful tools for enabling just and sustainable development. It is central to addressing some of the key challenges of our time, from climate change and the digital transformation to youth unemployment and economic inequality. Globally, the need for transformation is urgent. According to recent ILO estimates, 1 in 5 young people are not in employment, education, or training, and 2/3 of these are female. These numbers reflect both the scale of the challenge and the importance of the work that we do through the UNEVOC network. Our work is guided by the UNESCO strategy for TVET for 2022 to 2029 and the UNESCO UNEVOC medium-term strategy for 2024 to 2026. These frameworks place a strong focus on building TVET systems that are future-ready and responsive to rapidly changing labor markets and societal needs. From our hub in Bonn, the UNESCO UNEVOC International Center supports member states by strengthening national TVET systems, and fostering cooperation through the UNEVOC Network, made up of 245 institutions across 152 countries. This network is a global community of practice, enabling peer learning and capacity development across borders and sectors. SCNG is already a strong contributor to this community, as we heard this morning. Even before its formal designation as a UNEVOC Center, SCNG hosted a workshop on a self-reflection tool to help TVET institutions anticipate and integrate new qualifications and competencies as part of UNESCO UNEVOC's Bridging Innovation and Learning in TVET project. As one of Slovenia's leading vocational institutions and the country's first UNEVOC Center, SCNG stands out for its strategic engagement both nationally and regionally. As you mentioned, it is a member of the consortium of Slovenian school centers, helping to develop national vocational education policy and advance the relevance of training systems. Regionally, SCNG works closely with the European Training Foundation and is recognized as a European Union Center of Vocational Excellence. This is the kind of leadership and collaboration that we need in the UNEVOC network. Institutions that are grounded in their communities, yet fully engaged in shaping global conversations on the future of work and education. Looking ahead, we see SCNG not only as a valued member of the UNEVOC network, but also as a partner with strong potential to support others through the sharing of practices and collaborative research on TVET, teaching and learning. Along with the other members of the UNEVOC network, you embody the values that define our mission: excellence, inclusion, and the belief that skills can build a better world. To conclude, let me once again offer my heartfelt congratulations to Šolski Center Nova Gorica and to everyone who made this occasion possible. Your designation as a UNEVOC Center is both a recognition of your achievements and an invitation to help shape the future of TVET together. We look forward to working closely with you in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hubler, for your nice words. We are now turned to a key representative of national TVET leadership. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Gregor Mohorčič, the director of the Institute of the Republic of Slovenia for Vocational Education and Training.
Dear honorable guests, dear colleagues, dear directors, it's a great pleasure for me and for my institution to address you on this important occasion. Your presence here today is an important expression of our shared commitment to education, innovation, and the future of our society. The future of TVET will be very dynamic, as it will have to evolve in line with the rapid changes in the economy and the society. Digitalization, the need for greater flexibility, closer links with industry, continuous learning, the personalization of education, and the growing role of soft skills all point to TVET evolving into more flexible, connected, and responsive fields. The aim of these changes is to create a system that is better equipped to meet the challenges of the future and to support individuals and employers more effectively. All this requires an education system that is flexible, resilient, and able to respond quickly. TVET plays a key role in preparing individuals for successful careers, personal fulfillment, and active participation in society. At the same time, it ensures that the labor market meets the human resources needs that are foundation for sustainable economical development. All key documents in the field of TVET underline its increasingly important role as a mechanism for building resilient, competitive, and inclusive education systems. The CPI institutions which I represent is already responding to these changes with its development orientation and will be even more active in the future in designing and implementing TVET that will address current and future challenges. Through the National VET Modernization Project, CPI is leading a systemic reform in the VET area, affecting all parts of the system. We are modernizing VET programs toward a competency-based approach, emphasizing engagement with the labor market and supporting teachers in developing new pedagogical approaches. We're not forgetting quality assurance, strengthening links with the economy, ensuring that our education system remains relevant, inclusive, and fit for the future. This includes the development and embedding of micro-credentials, content for the career of the future, artificial intelligence, the circular economy, and the strengthening of digital and green competencies. We are also paying particular attention to increasing the inclusion of vulnerable groups, tackling gender stereotypes in the professions, involving adults in VET, and making the teaching profession more attractive. And of course, we don't forget to promote VET properly so that we can equip young people with all the necessary information that can help them in their career choices. Šolski Center Nova Gorica is also part of Slovenian education system, and today it is an important member of the group of excellent schools, not only in Slovenia, but also internationally. As the newest member of UNESCO UNEVOC Network, Nova Gorica Šolski Center is recognized as an important player in the advancement of VET. This inspires us with the fact that the VET system in Slovenia is also recognized for its quality in the wider world. Šolski Center Nova Gorica is not only following change, but also co-creating it. It is aware of the importance of VET, what it means for the individual and for society as a whole. It provides guidance and participates both locally and internationally. Their collaboration reflects not only quality and innovation, but also values such as inclusion, sustainability, lifelong learning, and global citizenship. This is a school that understands that to equip students for the future, we need to equip them not only with skills for the labor market, but also with the ability to co-create the society of the future. As a national institution, we see the inclusion of Šolski Center Nova Gorica not only as an opportunity to learn from others, but also to share what we have built together. From the system view, curriculum reforms, quality frameworks, work on teacher training, experience with green and digital skills. This is why the inclusion of Šolski Center Nova Gorica in the UNEVOC network is very important. So, it's not just them celebrating, it's the whole school system in Slovenia celebrating. Dear colleagues, Slovenia is a small country with great potential, especially in the field of knowledge. We believe that education is the foundation of fair, sustainable, and prosperous future, and the VET is in the heart of this vision. Thank you, Šolski Center Nova Gorica. You have shown that with perseverance, important steps can be made. You have earned this recognition through commitment, collaboration, and clear vision. Together, let's co-create a great VET to equip young people to work and for life. Congratulations.
Well, thank you all for your inspiring words. Your leadership and support make a real difference in shaping the future of vocational education. We now continue with the contributions from two important regional stakeholders whose support has been vital in connecting education with the needs of the local economy. Please welcome Mr. Marko Tribušon, Deputy Mayor of the municipality of Nova Gorica.
Hvala lepa, spoštovani gostje, drage gostje, vsi že imenovani udeleženci današnjega slavja, če lahko tako rečem. Iskreno pozdravljeni v imenu mestne občine Nova Gorica in dobrodošli. Izredno sem zadovoljen, ko sem lahko na takih dogodkih, kjer dokazujemo, da naša mestna občina ni samo prestolnica kulture, ampak je uspešna tudi na področju gospodarstva, predvsem pa v takih trenutkih na področju šolstva in izobraževanja. Vemo, koliko pomeni ta prestižen naslov, ki ste ga danes dobili oziroma ga danes nekako proslavljamo za Novo Gorico in tudi za širšo regijo. Tako da jaz v tem imenu, v imenu mestne občine, vsem snovalcem, vsem, ki ste kakorkoli pripomogli, da je naš šolski center ta naslov dobil, iskreno čestital, se vam zahvalil za vse dosedanje delo, zaželel uspešno naprej in dobrodošli v Novi Gorici vedno. Hvala lepa in srečno.
Mr. Tribuchon has just extended a warm welcome on behalf of the local community. He congratulated our school center, Nova Gorica, on joining the UNESCO UNEVOC Network, emphasizing that this achievement reflects both educational excellence and the region's readiness to connect locally rooted knowledge with global progress. He also expressed his support for future collaboration and growth inspired by this international partnership. And now I would like to invite Ms. Brigitta Habjan-Stolpa, the director of the Northern Primorska Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for the invitation. Dear colleagues, dear respected guests, it's my great honor on behalf of Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia and Northern Primorska Chamber and personally to congratulate you on this exceptional achievement, your official inclusion in global UNESCO UNEVOC Network. It's not just a well-deserved recognition of your long-standing dedication and quality of work. It's above all a strategic opportunity for your institution, for our region, and for a broader network of international partnership that will shape the future of education, the economy, and society. Northern Primorska is today ranked among the 3 most developed regions in Slovenia, and this is not by chance. We are proud of our high added value per employees, strong export orientation, culture of entrepreneurship, and the increasingly dynamic innovation ecosystem. Our companies don't simply operate on global markets. They are links in the European and global value chain, often in highly demand sectors such as aerospace, automotive, biotech, precision engineering, and digital innovation. Let me name a few of them. Textron and Pipistrel, a key player in aviation components. BIA Separations and Sartorius, a biotechnology innovator contributing to pharmaceutical purification worldwide. Income, a company bringing premium food technology to international markets. Gostol Gopan, known for advanced industrial baking automatization. Hidrian Male, both center of the transformation towards sustainable mobility. Roto Inox, a specialist in precision stainless steel solutions. Arctur, which is pushing the boundaries of AI and digital transformation, and many, many others. These companies operate the frontiers of innovation, but they have one thing in common. Their future depends on having access to top talents, people who are not only high trained, but also curious, adaptable, and ready to co-create the future. And this is precisely where your new role as a UNESCO UNEVOC Center becomes so valuable and strategic. This center is not just a building or a label, it's a bridge between the education system and the economy, between local developments and global trends, between students seeking a mindful path and companies seeking the right competences, and between today's pressing challenges and tomorrow's solutions. It's no longer enough just to transfer knowledge. Your task is to co-create knowledge and skills that reflect the rapidly changing needs of our region and beyond. This means becoming a hub for the green and digital transition, advanced and smart manufacturing, sustainable mobility, tourism with the high added value, and development of entrepreneurial mindsets. It also means supporting companies as they innovate and grow, and not just by supplying them with workers, but by shaping collaborative ecosystem where learning, experimentation, and innovation are the norm. At the same time, we must face the real and urgent demographic change of our region. We are seeking an aging population. Too many our young people arrive in the region, leave a region after secondary school. In border and rural municipalities, especially in Social Valley, we are witnessing a slow erosion of the critical mass of knowledge, entrepreneurship, and youth. So this is not just a social issue, it's strategic risk for our economy and our communities. And that's why vocational and technical education must become a critical infrastructure, a backbone that helps us not only educate, but also retain and attract talents. We need young people to see a future here in Northern Primorska region, a future that is not only stable, but also inspiring, international, and full of purpose. So your new role is not symbolic, it's strategic. You have now access to UNESCO Global Network, best practices, innovation partnerships, and new source of funding. But the real power of this network lies in what we will do locally and how we transfer these global opportunities into regional impact. The center can and should become a catalyst of economic transformation in the region, especially by engaging with industry leaders to identify future skills needs, offering flexible and future-oriented programs, enabling students to learn in a real-world setting through the dual education, supporting lifelong learning and upskilling for employees, and positioning Nova Gorica as a cross-border center of excellence in vocational education. In doing this center will directly support the future growth of the companies I mentioned earlier, companies that need top-level human capital to stay competitive on European and global markets. But it's not only about business. It's about community resilience, social inclusion, and green and fair transition. As the Northern Primorska Chamber of Commerce, we are ready to be your partner in this journey. Our rule is clear. We will connect you with business across the region. We will facilitate collaboration in project development. We will advocate for supportive policies and funding, and we will work with you to position vocational education as a core part of the regional development strategy. Together, we will build a region that is not only economically successful, but also inclusive, sustainable, and globally connected. Dear friends, today is not just celebrating of past achievement. It's about setting foundation for the future. The world is changing faster than ever before. But if we align education, industry, and communities, we can lead that change, not just react to it. I deeply believe that this UNESCO UNEVOC Center will be one of the most important engines of that transformation for our young people, our businesses, and our shared future. Thank you for your trust, your courage, and your commitment. We look forward to working with you and walking this path together. Congratulations again.
Thank you both for your commitment and your perspectives on how vocational education and training can support sustainable regional development. In particular, Ms. Fabian-Stolfa has raised important reflections on the link between skills, the labor market, and the regional economic growth, themes that will directly guide to the next part of our program. We now turn to one of the key moments of today's event, the roundtable discussion titled The Role of UNESCO UNEVOC and its network members in the Global Context of Vocational Excellence. This discussion builds on the regional insight we just heard and brings together diverse international perspectives. Together, we will explore how institutions in the UNEVOC network collaborate, learn from one another, and respond to local and global challenges through innovation, partnerships, and inclusive development. Let me briefly introduce our panelists, who will bring diverse expertise, perspectives from across the UNEVOC community. Mr. Friedrich Kubler from UNESCO UNEVOC, Mr. Borut Čampel from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Gašper Hrastel, Slovenian National Commission for UNESCO, Mr. Miran Saksida, School Center Nova Gorica, and online I would like to greet Ms. Celeste Mete-Dubru from Paul Dubru Hotel and Tourism School from Cambodia. And I hope we also have online Ms. Sadna Yuvaher from MITD Mauritius. The discussion will be moderated by Ms. Adriana Hodak, who will guide our panel through key reflections and lessons learned. Did they join or don't know yet? Not yet. Okay, just let me know, okay, if they will manage. Okay. So first of all, I mean, welcome to all of you and thank you for being prepared for the round table, which is always very important. We have some questions today for you, but I would also maybe at the end, if there is going to be any opportunity, like to invite also the guests of today, if you have any questions. So today's roundtable should discuss about the vocational excellence, which is, let's say, the high quality TVET provision that needs to act agile and responsive according to all the needs that are around us, whether it's labor market or as exposed by all the speakers before. It's not only about the labor market anymore, it's also about the needs of the community of people and also about our environment. Now, today we are talking about the global context, and UNESCO UNEVOC is the one who is the connector between, let's say, the local or national and then the international. So UNESCO UNEVOC is a global leader in promoting and supporting TVET. We are mostly used to VET. So you are using TVET, which is the technical vocational education, what we also have. A key aspect of UNEVOC's work is fostering vocational excellence, which involves developing high-quality skills training systems that are responsive to the needs of the economy, society, and environment. This includes promoting innovation, quality, inclusion, and sustainable development within TVET program through capacity building, knowledge exchange, and advocacy. UNEVOC also acts as a platform for innovative practices, sharing successful approaches to address challenges in TVET and contribute to sustainable development goals. So I will skip now the first question that was mentioned, but I will address Mr. Friedrich directly to you, because now when we achieved actually to become the member of UNESCO UNEVOC, what are your key expectations from the new UNESCO UNEVOC centers like Šolski Center, Nova Gorica, that can contribute to this global network? It's not an easy task, I know this.
Well, I think some of these expectations were known to you already because there is a handbook for the UNEVOC network on our website. Handbook, and it documents the requirements for membership in the UNEVOC network. In fact, if you are now a member, shows that you have met those requirements, and one of them, the first one, is the commitment to networking and international collaboration. We are a global network of TVET institutions, and yes, UNESCO uses the term TVET.
Exactly.
But for this network work, we need active engagement by individual members, willingness to engage in knowledge sharing, share your own expertise, but also learn from others, and I think you've already demonstrated this commitment. The second element that I would mention is, let's say, commitment to excellence in team. That means that there should be a commitment to providing the best possible education for your students and apprentices here. What does it mean, the best possible education? It means that you're committed to high quality TVET. It means that TVET should be relevant to the needs of the local labor market. For example, we heard that there are certain demands in industry for people with a specific skills, so they have to be taught here. TVET should also be attractive as a career choice for young people, and finally, it should be inclusive and accessible to all. And then maybe the third thing that I would mention is getting agreement with the values of principles of UNESCO. UNESCO's goal is to promote peace and international understanding through collaboration in education, science, and culture. That also means a commitment to sustainability.
Yes,
So
we do
thing
have
that symbolizes the sustainable development goals.
Yeah.
There is among them, for example, the goal on education for all, goal for decent work, sustainable development. And I have to say, I see all of that in you. So welcome to the UNEVOC Network.
Thank you very much. And I know that one is entering, right, the network, but the most difficult thing is because we need to maintain, right, the high level standards, so which is not an easy task. But now let's move from the international to actually to Mr. Kasper, who is the representative of UNESCO in Slovenia. And so from your perspective, how does School Center Nova Gorica inclusion in the network of UNESCO UNEVOC contribute to Slovenia's broader commitment to UNESCO values and international collaboration of education? How do you look at this?
Yes, thank you very much. Probably not exactly. I'm not a representative of UNESCO itself. I am representing the Slovenian National Commission for UNESCO, which is an exclusive body in the UN system, because UNESCO is the only specialized organization in the UN system which knows or has national commissions in order to implement its goals and content on national level. No, I'm really happy, and I have also on our behalf of the Slovenian Commission for UNESCO, I have to sincerely congratulate, and I'm really happy from the first second that you approached me a few months ago that I got to learn that Šolski Center Nova Gorica becomes or is becoming a member of the UNESCO UNEVOC network. And regarding to your question, as Mr. Hubler said already, I mean, if we look at the goals and the I mean, fields of expertise of UNESCO, if we can see, everybody knows, or many people know about UNESCO's World Cultural and Natural Heritage, but most people do not know that this organization stands for international cooperation in the fields of education, science, and culture. The educational field is the strongest and largest part of UNESCO's work when we look at the number of employees, also the budget itself of the organization, and the programs. So the educational part is the largest one. And I can see with the membership of your school center in the network, of course, it's not only a contribution, but I'm talking always about the UNESCO family in Slovenia, which is becoming now for one number larger with your membership in this network. So I'm looking forward to our collaboration. But in regards to Slovenia's commitment in the field of international cooperation in education, I think it's a big sign and a big proof how this country, I mean, your center itself, but also the country entirely promotes and supports, I think, international cooperation in the field of education. And we know how important that is. And therefore, I can see only positive signs with this membership of your center and this network.
It's nice to hear. Anyway, I would like, to express that UNESCO UNEVOC is a kind of, let's say, a branch which is really within the UNESCO education focused on TVET, so on vocational education and training, right? Mr. Gasper, so actually he was the one, the procedure, when I said that the procedure was quite demanding. So it goes like this, that it comes from UNESCO UNEVOC also to Slovenia, to you actually, and you need to confirm whether we are a reliable partner to enter the UNESCO UNEVOC member. I hope this is okay if I say so. That's the official procedure. Now let's go to, thank you very much now let's go to the Ministry of Education, who is our important partner. I mean, Mr. Champel, let's say Borut, where do you see the room for improvement actually in the national support system for international cooperation of TVET? Because we know that, I mean, in TVET, the collaboration, I mean, of TVET schools and of school centers is very active in the international area. Where do you see the improvement of support of ministry? Support us in this area.
Maybe first of all, I would like to congratulate the very important duration. But yes, of course, as you mentioned, Adriana, everything started from the local and from regional and national. So sure, we need to further support the activities at school center, also your collaboration with the local, especially topics like green is very important. And digital, where actually I'm coming from digital education and STEM. So definitely what we are doing now, we are preparing the projects from European Social Funds, where we need to, let's say, integrate all new experience and knowledge which you gain from many international activities, also from UNESCO and others. So this is the first point. So I mean, we need to even more support the school autonomy. This is, I think, should be, let's say, focus on in new project, but of course the collaboration, as you mentioned before, the consortium of VET schools is very powerful. Of course, there are always ups and downs, but this is actually what you make your schools and other school centers who are here today better. And so but the second point, as you mentioned, we are actually more and more partners. So we learn from each other. We are not together in all projects, but still let's say, the field is more and more powerful. So we learn also from your activities, and of course, we also have further, let's say, not easy discussion in which direction the education should go. And from this, as I said, national, regional, local, then we can make it more, say, more equal partners in international activities in UNESCO. But of course, for us, European level projects are very important, not just those national, but also we have Erasmus Plus projects. So we hope we will go there. Maybe the next point where we can make more support is Horizon projects, not to actually combine that sector with higher education or research institution. But of course, we need to support also the connection in lower levels. So we have very good, or let's say very nice experience when VET work with kindergartens, especially in solving new issues on green, climate changes, but also in digital. Because this creativity maybe is again becoming more and more important. But in the creativities in the field of problem solving, everyday problem solving, because we know about the issues in digital, we use too much screens, just repeat something, but not to really solve problems, etc. So definitely, if I go quickly, so artificial intelligence is one of the most important. I hope we will have more really robots and other where the VET sector, especially with the connection with higher education, more and more.
Do you see, as you mentioned, actually to support, let's say, of School Center in Nova Gorica and also other, let's say, TVET institutions in Slovenia, so to support us in this international collaboration, let's say to some support that we can include more also in the Horizon project. So that way, which is more connected then, of course, with the research level also, which is
more. Because we want that people, because if you look in the history, in our society, it's now knowledge is really has a big power, but actually is somehow fragmented. So actually, the students they don't connect all the knowledge to a higher level. Yeah. So maybe just the last point. So I mentioned Horizon, but also in the Commission. The Commission provided now this Union of Skills. Yeah, or not all are aware of it, but in Union of Skills, it's important, of course, for whole society, especially the basic skills, which include also digital, but also other. And then also the Commission prepare action plan for STEM. And here, STEM, again, it was all levels, and the new public tenders will be published at the end of the year. So definitely we need to let's say combine all activities, but also with UNESCO. We already discussed that in Venice is a center for STEM. They would like to do also something in the region, in Balkan. So we have many opportunities. But maybe just the last point, it's important that we also publish your work. One of the very important things, because whenever the politicians or policymakers prepare strategies, they are more and more they look also in the, let's say, scientific but also professional journals, conferences, and maybe we need to be there even more visible and powerful. So we have many opportunities.
So
and
it means that the Ministry of Education can support us also in our visibility of the actions that we are doing within the UNESCO UNEVOC network, which is very.
As I said, it's not just supported; it's actually partners, or even we can say alliance between different institutions.
Thank you very much, Borut, for your insights. And now let's go online and let's go from the, let's say, policy making to the grassroots level, TVET provider from Cambodia. Celeste, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
Nice.
Nice to meet you, everyone. So the question I was asked was about the pressing challenges of our institution. So first, it's a pleasure for me to introduce you to the École Paul Dubrul of Hospitality and Tourism. Our school was founded in 2002 in Siem Reap, Cambodia. It is the leading TVET hospitality school here in Cambodia. And we have about 300 students every year and over 5,000 alumni. We offer 5 programs for our students in different areas of hospitality. So in patisserie, cookery, front office, and F&B. We are also becoming a UNEVOC center in 2024. And it's a real commitment for us to be more inclusive, sustainable, and innovative with our educational practices. And it's a real opportunity for positive changes. We are also a center for pedagogical research. We have developed blended learning models and innovation tools and methods. So we take blended tools to teach our students online and in school as well. It was helped to be developed during COVID. And our other big focus is on sustainability. We were awarded the Green Flag in 2023 by the FEE, and we have an eco campus at school. It is student-led, and they have policies that they put in place for our school. And we also have a green curriculum. The UNEVOC Network plays an essential role in supporting these efforts. It gives us a platform to exchange with other TVET centers worldwide, share best practices, and develop new collaborative projects, ensuring that our students gain relevant future-ready skills while helping us contribute to the sustainable development of Cambodia tourism industry.
Very much. I'm really looking forward to work with you. It's going to be a real pleasure.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. So let's go to another VET provider, which are we. And I turn now to our director, Mr. Saxida. So we were talking before about the labor market needs, I mean, local needs here in our area. And how do you see to respond effectively actually to these labor market needs, but through by using the UNESCO UNEVOC network?
School Center of Nova Gorica, we will try to work better to support, I should say, constantly changing needs of people in our region. We also try to support local community with our projects, and we will try to do better connection with schools, not only outside Slovenia, but also inside Slovenia, support our constantly changing needs. So I should say that projects are very important, and we have to transform the results from them to our process of teaching, training, and so on.
Do you think also that, I don't know, let's say we are having more and more challenges, let's say with aging population? Do you see also in the teaching, right, among us, right? Do you see also the opportunity, I don't know, within the UNESCO UNEVOC network, let's say also to share maybe teachers or expertise or via online or maybe also on the spot?
We will have some problems, but this is a challenge because language barriers, but we will somehow transform the ideas from other parts of the world here to Slovenia, and maybe we will help each other with CPI and Ministry of Education. So we have to support each other, and through UNESCO UNEVOC Grid will be easier to do it.
So let's hope that regarding the language barrier, we can use, or you will know it, the tools of the artificial intelligence, right? Which is going to be then maybe a bit easier. Thank you. Now let's go back to Mr. Friedrich. And what do you think? There are so many challenges around, I mean, in global level now. And how is UNESCO UNEVOC Network evolving to address emerging global priorities, such as the development of greening, digitalization? It's not that easy, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a great question. Because, indeed, as you heard, there are many challenges. The world is moving very fast. We as UNEVOC also have to adapt to that. We heard, for example, artificial intelligence was mentioned a few times. Progress with generative AI, we can do things with that no one would have dreamed of just 1 or 2 years ago. So how does UNEVOC stay responsive in that kind of thing? One is that we conduct projects that are very much focused on today and the needs of the future. So I'm actually near with the about the engagement in project is very important. For example, one project that we are engaged in is so-called Bridging Innovation and Learning, a TVET project that you are contributing to. UNEVOC Center in Cambodia contributes to, and then also the center in Mauritius that you visited. The goal of that project is specifically to identify the skills and competencies that are needed for in the labor market of tomorrow. Another example that I could mention here is that UNESCO is about to launch on the 15th of July. This is the World Youth Skills Day. It's a UN Day that's celebrated here. And we are, at UNEVOC, working together with our colleagues at UNESCO, so-called Global Skills Tracker, that uses real-time data to see what kind of skills are in growing demand. Make sure that those can be, that training on those skills can be integrated in curriculum of training schools. Then the second point that I wanted to mention is the engaging projects, of course, they also have to be evaluated, and we do, of course, evaluations of all of our projects and initiatives. We get feedback from our partners. We consult, for example, the members of the UNEVOC Network. We consult national commissions of UNESCO when we do that, to make sure that we didn't miss anything, that our projects are really aimed at our audience, and to make sure to identify what we missed and see what we might have to add in future projects. And the third level that I want to mention is at the level of UNESCO, the highest level. It's important to keep in mind that UNESCO is an organization, and that includes that works for member states. So we work with them states. Every 2 years, there's a general conference of UNESCO. And UNESCO report on its activities. That includes also a report on UNEVOC on its activities. We got our feedback. They tell us about their national priorities, and these priorities are then integrated into the work program of UNESCO. And one important document here is the UNESCO strategy for TVET. So we are currently at the strategy for TVET for the years 2009. Includes some of the themes that you mentioned: sustainability, digital change, demographic change, and that also guides the work program of UNEVOC. This is how we try to stay up to date.
Are you already thinking about post 2029?
Absolutely.
Can you forecast, or maybe just like this, what do you think it's going to be the main priority after 2029? Yeah.
It's difficult to see because it's when the current strategy was developed, it was in the midst of COVID. No one saw COVID coming, so we don't know. There may be some surprises at the present, we don't know. I think it's already clear that certainly climate change remains something we have to keep working on. Transformation is something that's especially now growing with AI. The big focus on artificial intelligence. UNEVOC, we're trying to develop some projects. I have to say we're not very strong on that because everyone is learning. But I believe that would be something that might be. Another thing, maybe just one more thing I want to mention is someone mentioned global citizenship education. One of the speakers that you something really important when you think about global developments we see in many parts of the world. Authoritarianism. This is also something that UNESCO has to respond to, as I said, promoting peace and international understanding. There's a lot of work that's education.
Okay, this is not going to become the main challenge that we are all worried about, right? But now, as you already talked about it, because you have the insights in the global TVET, which is really something great. I mean, what do you think that the VET providers from the global aspect, what is the main challenge they are facing? Do you know, have some information about, or what is your opinion on this?
Well, as you said, we work at the global level, we work with member states. So one thing that's common that we see is that we believe that TVET is very important for national economic and social development, or support legal professional development. But we see in many countries, and I don't know if it's the case in Slovenia, young people don't really want to go into TVET. How is it in Slovenia? Is it the same issue here?
I mean, I don't know. I still believe it's 37%, Gregor, right? It's for general education, and the rest is for the TVET,
嗯
right? So it's quite not that bad. 嗯 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 not that bad. 嗯
Yeah. Yeah.
But we see many countries that young people from more high education, education. And so one challenge for us is to convince that he can also make a lot of money. Of course, it also means that he compensated the poor. I think in the European Union, we are a bit different here, that you have a, say, a plumber or electrician, you can actually make a very good living. In many developing countries, that's not the case. There is a huge income gap between people with university education and those who are working in educational. What was your question?
Yeah, the question was what actually, because you have the insights in all TVET providers, and you know we always give you so many challenges that we have in our areas. And what do you think is the most common or the most often challenge that TVET providers actually message you?
It's that we want to talk about that, making people attractive and also making sure that it meets the needs of employers and the labor market. And the other challenge is that I would say this is also something we try to promote, is to integrate elements of greening and sustainability in programs. It also means that teachers have to update their skills, very important. So the teachers can teach some of these new fields that are emerging. Teachers also have to learn how to work with AI, for example. They have to be able to teach AI to their students. These are some of the challenges. Teachers train and up.
Yeah, I mean, having or lacking the interest for TVET is now getting quite an issue, right? This we can feel already on the everyday life when we don't find certain experts that are going to do some things that we need at home. So this is really crucial. Let's go now back to the Slovenian UNESCO. What role do you see for the Slovenian National Commission in supporting the visibility and influence of the Slovenian VET institutions like School Center of Nova Gorica within the global UNESCO family?
Okay, it's not a too difficult question. I would like to go back to the general role that national commissions play in the UNESCO system. We are somehow I call it a bridge between UNESCO itself, its headquarters in Paris, and the organization itself and the secretariat, with all entire programs, and the national level, together with, I called it before, with the UNESCO family on national level. So with all UNESCO designations, programs, members of networks, sites, etc., which we have on national level, and those are many. I told you, for such a small, tiny country, we have 30 plus different designations, sites, from World Heritage sites to UNESCO Biosphere Reserves, to geoparks, to UNESCO associated schools, to UNESCO chairs, etc., etc. So the family is growing, and I see the role of our National Commission also in cooperation with the government, because we are a governmental institution. We are established by the Slovenian government, so we are somehow advising the government, but also on the other hand, we are cooperating with the field itself, and of course globally with other national commissions, with UNESCO in Paris, etc., etc. So we see our role to support you, for example, now as a new UNESCO family member, in order to bring you together to network your school center. For example, we have, I told, UNESCO chairs in Slovenia. 3 of them could be interesting also for the field of TVET or for the work of your school center, because one is working in the field of teaching, training teachers in the field of sustainable development. Another one is dealing with open educational resources, so also with the field of digitalization in the field of education. And very, very new UNESCO chair is dealing with the role of the ethics of artificial intelligence in the field of education. So these are, for example, 3 bodies which could be easily connected to your center and to develop cooperation. That's not the only. We will also, of course, now include you in the work of our commission itself. So we, for example, every year we organize we call it UNESCO Day. So we bring together all mentioned UNESCO
Here in Slovenia.
All designations together in order to exchange, although they are from really different, fields of expertise, etc. So we will invite you. It will happen in September already. So we will invite you, of course. And last but not least, but this is not a promise for the very beginning, but we are not, as UNESCO itself is also not, but we are not a funding institution. Yeah, but we have some funds, of course, available. So we are also supporting our, UNESCO family. So we give some. It's not a lot, yeah. So we are not rich very much, but when you come up with a interesting project, yeah, then we are also able to provide some minor funds.
Opportunity, okay, which is nice to hear. And I liked it very much also when I first contacted you, that you want to know what is actually happening, at our school, which is good. Yes. We like it.
Yes.
I mean, in that way that we can share
I'm
our
also
practices.
happy that we are also connected. That's the first time. I mean, okay, you are the first member of this network. For us, it's also new, and we are happy for that. We would like to learn from you, of course, and that you then make also use of us, and this is spreading also our, framework of cooperation.
And is there a lot now, let's say at the Slovenian level, is there a lot of calls that you get about the UNESCO, I don't know, collaboration from different areas?
Yeah. I mean, if I mention to you only the UNESCO chairs, there UNESCO follows, for example, from my point of view, and I'm not the only one, every member state can reach in proposals for UNESCO chairs every year. So if you imagine in 10 years, you could have then 10 or 20 new chairs. That's not our goal. Yeah, we are really, we receive, when we make a public call for UNESCO chairs, we receive 20 or 30 proposals. Yeah, but we have a very close look, because 99% of those proposals are not eligible because people think that UNESCO is a funding organization. So as soon as you get the UNESCO label or logo, you get some funds of the organization. That's not true. We have to, also teach those interested people what UNESCO is and what is the point if you become a member of network or a site or something.
It's about the community, as you said before.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is mentioned quite often today. Before going to the conclusion thoughts, we have Sadna now? Oh, perfect. Sadna, hello. Sadna, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's okay. Can you see me? Yes. It's okay.
We have.
Yeah.
Do you hear me, Sadna?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Adriana, very well, and I've been following since the very start of the event, since you started. So, can I?
Yeah, maybe Sadna, would you tell also from your side, how did we actually experience last week when we were together in Mauritius? I already mentioned today, if you noticed.
I heard it. Yes. First of all, good morning to everybody, and special respect to Mr. Hubler, who is there. Just a small background information. It's just now that, I came to know that I really have to intervene. So a small background information is that MITD is the main public provider of TVET in Mauritius, and we are here since nearly 50 years. And as at such, we have really half of the working population has gone through training in one of the MITD centers. We have 20 training centers across Mauritius, And we give training in different fields, in ICT, hospitality and tourism, automobile, construction, mechanical, electrical, electronic engineering, healthcare. We've got the beauty care and hairdressing, especially for ladies, the healthcare and the childcare. I always say it in Mauritius when I go for my awareness campaign, I say, name it, we have it. So as at such, we train about 10,000 people. Mauritius is very small. We have 1.3 million people, and we train about 10,000 people yearly in the different trades, and the different customers, or I would say the people that come to the school, are mostly youngsters, but we also have a lot to do with in-service training for employees, especially in the fields I mentioned earlier. And also we do have some training reserved for vulnerable groups, like we came up with a project with women back to work, or getting the disabled people at work, giving them training, giving them access. So we believe a lot in giving access. And I would also like to add that MITD has been with UNEVOC since the year 2007. And through this network, we have really benefited a lot of projects, a lot of sharing, and much has been done in sustainability, in curriculum development, and especially having this big network of TVET institutions. And today I would like to congratulate Gova Nurika for joining this UNEVOC network. So yes, Adriana, now I come to your question, and your question was, you please, can I have your question again?
My question was if you just tell something more about what were the discussions last week, about the future collaboration.
So we were very happy. We had the delegation from the consortium. We had the visit of the consortium, about 4 institutions from Slovenia who were with us for a week, and we had a lot of sharing of experiences as far as the tourism sector and the other sectors, and also how sustainability is part of our curriculum. And so to say that what is the next plan is that we are together in another action, which is again thanks to the UNEVOC network. We are together with Slovenia and with Nova Gorica in the project Innovating TVET for Regional Development and Fostering Regional Excellence through Market Spaces. So Mauritius, we are looking forward. The big challenge for us is getting people trained, trained for AI in our curriculum, in our, the workshops that we have and all. And we are looking forward a lot towards Nova Gorica to help us in this transformation of our centers and also in the training that we are doing.
Sadna, thank you very much for your nice words also regarding today's event. And thank you for joining us in spite of some technical issues. I hope you can still stay with us a bit. We are going now to the closing thoughts, but maybe before just the final conclusion, Mr. Friedrich, I would like to ask you, because today, so we are now the member of UNEVOC, but there are also other VET representatives here. Maybe could you just share with them what is the opportunity also for non-UNEVOC members that you are offering to them? I remember, for example, when we were not a UNEVOC center, I attended the TVET course for TVET leadership in greening.
We work very closely with the members of our network, but we serve all members basically. So TVET is of course much bigger than the network. So the first thing I would mention here is that members of our network act as like a multiplier for the work. Let's say you are now the first UNEVOC center in Slovenia. Slovenia, but you have your own network, you have your contacts. And I think in those activities, when you participate in events, you can talk about your experience with UNESCO and with UNEVOC, and maybe share some lessons that you learned of best practices and translate that to Slovenian. By translate, I don't mean literally, but just by your presence and by sharing your experience with the audience here in your partners. That's how they can benefit from your membership. But beyond that, everything that we do is free of charge on our website. So we develop tools, applications, various resources. We organize events and webinars. Those are always open to the public. You don't have to be a member of the UNEVOC. I mentioned that on the 15th of July, there is this World Youth Skills that will be organizing a big event in Paris, because it's in fact a 10-year anniversary of its mandate. And anyone is invited. It's a hybrid event. It will be streamed on the internet, so anyone can join. We also have an online so-called UNEVOC TVET forum that anyone can join to discuss matters related to TVET. So that's open to the public. And then maybe one third thing that I would mention is that UNESCO and UNEVOC, we also work with other international organizations like ILO and OECD, development banks, and other organizations. So manages the so-called interagency group. The purpose of that group is to coordinate activities of all of these organizations, share what they are doing, and these organizations then I think can also share with their respective networks what UNESCO is working on. This is how people around the world who are active in the field of TVET can learn and be actively involved in
many opportunities. Now let's go to the final thoughts to conclude the round table. Borut, what messages would you give us or maybe to the audience?
Yeah, I talked a lot before. So let's say shortly, important is, let's say about the future improvements, how we can be better all together. To conclude, the important is that that sector is more flexible than general. So you can afford more activities at classroom level, also personalization, applied research, and etc. So of course, I'm sure we need to support this not just through the projects, because in curriculum we have this 20%, but it should be much bigger. Let's say this is at the classroom or at the institutional level, but then in this to support this and improve this flexibility, important as we discuss also other have Center for Vocational Education. We have a very good Chamber of Commerce at different levels, but also the business sector, especially small and middle companies, are very important to participate in this. Then do also more in global. I mentioned, of course, European level, but also UNESCO level is very important, and it's integrated in more and more activities. So thank you again that we have now one school officially in your network connected for schools and other institutions.
Benefit from
maybe even become a new member.
Thank you. Our director, what would you say for us?
I should say maybe that for me, for us, for our school center, this label, this UNESCO UNEVOC membership is such kind of, let's say, an entry ticket for global education system. So we will be such kind of meeting point, such kind of connection to other school institutions, for other schools abroad from the global system. And we will take those ideas from them, transfer it to Slovenia and reuse it here and make it better and sending them away to global market, global education system.
So it's about sharing, yes, right, and helping. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm convinced that there are no many words needed anymore, but when we heard many times today, act local, think global, yeah. I am I have seen the proof that you are very well connected already on global level, Mauritius, Cambodia, etc. So here I see no real need to say anything, but keep also in touch. I welcome you to our family. We will stay also from our part in touch, and I'm looking forward to great cooperation.
Me too, very much. Before giving the final word to you, Celeste and Sadna, are you still with us?
Yes.
Would you have
Yes.
some messages?
Okay. For me, it would be really, as you mentioned earlier, Adriana, it's our Minister of Education wish to visit and see what has been done in your institution and to share from your knowledge. So I think that that would be one of the biggest challenge right now that we have. And through this collaboration and through this UNEVOC networking, if we can manage to do it, that would be really, really great.
Sadna, I also hope very much, as we agreed there, that we will start now working on the visit of your Minister of Education and your delegation. So we are going in that direction. Thank you very much, Sadna and Celeste. Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Would you like?
I just want to say that I'm very proud to be a part of this project with you, and we are happy and excited for this collaboration to strengthen our collective capacity for innovation in Tibet and to address challenges such as AI and sustainability together.
Thank you very much, Celeste, and greetings to Cambodia and Mauritius. And now, Friedrich, what would you like to say as the final words?
First of all, I thank you again for organizing this event today. Tibet stakeholders in the country and the region also some connecting us to some of the international partners. We're very happy that you are member of the UNEVOC Network, honored in fact. You are off to a really great start. This event shows and also some of the activities that we already talked about. So I will just say as my message is keep doing what you're doing, share your work, please, serve as an inspiration for others in the UNEVOC network and outside of the UNEVOC network. Also take you to learn from other institutions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now we conclude the round table and we go to the most important part of today's event, which is, and I give word to you, Tiasha.
Thank you all. Thank you to all our speakers for this insightful and also thought-provoking discussion. Your contribution clearly show how powerful it is when institutions come together and in a spirit of mutual learning and shared responsibility. So as already Adriana mentioned, now we are approaching one of the symbolic highlights of today's celebration, the official flag handover. We invite you to take a short pause for a moment of music again. Music speaks across cultures and languages, just like UNEVOC Network connects institutions across the globe. So I would like to welcome our pianist, our guest. His name is Irene Peziak. He is a student at the music school of Nova Gorica. And this year, he won the first prize at an international online competition, scoring 92 out of 100 points. So, this Irene. So, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have arrived at the highlight of the day. So the official plaque handover, making our Nova Gorica School Center's official entry into the UNEVOC network. So may I kindly invite Mr. Friedrich Hubler, Mr. Miran Saksida, and Miss Adriana Hodak to join us here in the front from the handover and for the official photo.
This plaque is in the English name of the school.
School Center of Nova Gorica. Welcome officially School Center of Nova Gorica to the UNEVOC Network as the first UNEVOC Center in Slovenia. And this act is not only a symbol of your membership in a global network of TVET institutions, but also a recognition of your work in promoting excellence. So, with this, thank you.